Hello, hello. Let's look at the next Lo Scarabeo, Anima, Antiqua, Minchiate, Cigno. This is from Bologna, 1775, and this is the second one of the third, which I already did a video for the first one, with the next one being the Marsigliese, the Fratelli Ricci. So that one's actually my favorite, so it's nice to kind of save that one for the last. Now this one, the El Cigno from Bologna, is marked by its orange hues, and it is it's a Minchiate deck, so it is 97 cards. So we have those extras of the zodiac and some of the I guess the fates and all. So it's in the typical box with the sort of linen finish. I took it out, and then it comes with a little booklet. And this is out of 3,999. This is 2,211. There's a little book, which is always not too much, but it is in color and kind of glossy. So let's read about it a little bit. The term Minchiate is the Italian language will be seen as a vulgar expression similar to bullshit. I didn't know that. Minchiate. Providing a negative judgment on something with connotations of stupidity, senselessness, or insignificance. In common usage, the word minchia is actually a colloquial term for penis. Wow. Minchia. In the field of playing cards, however, the term Minchiate refers to a card game in the deck used to play a variant of the tarot deck, expanded 97 cards. Historians, however, believe that there is a connection between the two meanings. Generally accepted hypothesis is that those who had attributed this term to the game had done so with the intention of belittling it. One of the first references to Minchiate appeared in the short poem written in 1510 by the poet Pesaro Venturini, in which he summarized the meaning of the terms as something foolish. Okay. Let's see. The rules of the game's tarot Minchiate were complicated. They required attention and strategy, which is why these cards were not subject to the legal restrictions of other gambling games based purely on good or bad luck. The Minchiate game, and therefore the deck, developed from the second half of the 15th century through the elaboration of the normal tarot deck. The High Priestess was eliminated, while prudence, 3 theological virtues, the 4 elements, and the 12 sons of the zodiac were added. That's how it reached 97 cards. Let's see, what's about this deck? Okay, this Minchiate deck comes precisely from Bologna. It was printed using a woodblock process, and after drying, it was painted with stencils by young boys, as was customary in the past, when manual work was an integral part of every craft production. To give creator strength to the cards, other more experienced boys glued a woodblock printed sheet to the back of each and turned a small flap on the front. On the back of the deck, El Cigno mark is clearly visible and identifies both the manufacturer and the period of production. The El Cigno workshop belonged to Pellegrino Torri, a card maker operating in Bologna between 1759 and 1797. Further confirmation is provided by the iconography of the deck. In fact, if you look carefully at the angel card, you can see the outline of buildings and famous towers of Bologna. And that's it. That was interesting. I did learn something. I should say, on the back of this one, there's just a little more. I love the philologic reproduction of this. I realize there's some sunlight coming through. Let's see. The images of this deck were digitized from public domain sources and/or private collections. They were then optimized to reproduce the appearance and colors faithful to the originals. they might not be suitable for shuffling. That's the one thing. Whenever you buy one of these, the Anima Antiquas, they really, I don't think they're meant for real use. They're meant for study. And I think that's why some of them are successful and some of them are not, because people realize they buy them and they're like, I can't really use this. Even though, I will say, they do somewhat glide, not as easy as some cards, but their edges are rounded, which is always good. They do tend to bow, in just the way the process of them being cut. So here's the 97 cards, always a fat deck. Who doesn't love a fat Minchiate deck? So let's look at it. I'm actually quite partial to Minchiate. I think it's lovely, and I love the extra cards. I always like extra everything, you know, extra cards. So here's the Fool, and the Fool, I always think of, he's being teased and like provoked. There's a serpent there on this kid. These two kids are kind of provoking him, but kind of, I think, in a loving way. I don't think it's in a like a bullying way. I think, well, they're you know. And there's the lovely back, which looks very pippish to me. Here we have the Le Batelier with two maidens flanking him. His table. This is card 2. 3, so we have Empress, Emperor, or I guess Priestess, Emperor. It kind of, with Minchiate, with the early decks, it's like Priestess, or is it like Empress? The imagery blurs, but since she's holding a globe, and whereas this one is not, you can see she's more of a Juno figure. A Juno. So if you love orange, you love this deck because there's orange all through it. I like orange, but not this much. I don't like it this much. The Lovers, but here we have the Cupid. The Temperanza. Strength. The Column. Justicia. It's very, I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on here in the woodblock. Now, the sword is normally over here, so usually when you see reversals like this, it could be the woodblock itself was carved, you know, and then we're seeing the reversal. I'm not sure, but it does make it, you know, whenever you see these little things, it makes the deck, you know, it makes like, oh, that's the, you know, the Cigno deck because it's got the funky sword. Roue de Fortune. 4 figures. I love how the donkey's on top. And look, he's holding the same things essentially as the he's holding the bird with the wreath, sort of, as the priestess. Chariot. Carol. The La Peso, I think it's La Peso, no, La Peso is Hangman. This is the Hermit, La Metta. I get my French and my Italian all messed up. Romance languages. La Peso. Here we have sort of a snake-like thing, and he's holding 2 things. He's holding like 2, we'll call them cabbages. I don't know what they are. They're cabbages. Well, he looks kind of happy. La Morte. Mort. Kind of a comical Halloween-ish. This is the Diablo. A belt of snakes, kind of cool. La Torre. Well, yeah, they're coming out. There's an entrance, not a typical tower at all. We have a clear entrance exit, and it's not very big. It could be more castle or something, but it's being destroyed with the arrow. Here's where we get into the virtues, which if it doesn't say it, I'm not sure what they are. That crown is kind of floating, being kind of tossed. In fact, let's do something. Let's zoom in a little bit. Let's zoom into these lovely cards. So, especially since they're sitting still. We have the one with the mirror and the snake. It's almost like vanity. Here's a man with the mirror. Torch or flame. I always think of this one as Hestia. The goddess Hestia. Goddess of the hearth and marriage. Fire. Now his elements. This is fire. Fu. Aqua. Terra. Air. This air has those lovely stars and the birds, and we see the stars reflected in the stars. Star card. And we have, yes, we've gotten into the zodiac. So here we have, can you guess? Libra. I believe this is Virgo. Virgo. There's an A there. Scarlet Letter. This is, I believe this is Scorpio and Cancer. They look so similar. But it looks obviously like a scorpion. Scorpio. I believe this is Aries. You know, the goat, Aries. Capricorn, that's me, that's my sign. I always recognize the fish goat. I love it when they do it the actual fish goat instead of the goat, like a goat. Sagittarius. There's Cancer, a true crab. I do love some soft-shell crabs. Pisces. I love that blue water. Aquarius, the water bearer. Leo, the lion. It's a very sickly looking anemic lion. Huge, huge paws though. And this is Taurus, which we are in, I believe now. Tau. Symbolic Studies is an amazing, amazing YouTube channel, and on Instagram, there's just the guy, I forget his name. Amazing videos. He's on TikTok. He really explains symbolic studies, like the origin of, like the last one, origin of the T and Taurus, and where it derived from. Really, really cool stuff. Check him out. That's Gemini, but it looks like two women. And then we have the, like the world. I believe the world, yeah, the world. A star. Then we have la geometrica, like the moon, sun, moon. A judgment. Two trumpets. Sol, the sun. And then here we have the true pips. The true pips. So we have cups, coins, baton, and epi, sword, epi. Okay, let's look at them. I'll put those over there. Ace of Cups. These cups are very strange. They look like they have a top on them, almost like a Tupperware seal. Carte fine, so fine cards or exceptional cards. 4, 5, 6, 7. Some of the orange, it may have started off as red though, and it just faded to sort of an orangey rusty color. 9, 10. There's no cup above, so it's all just 10 across. Here we have the page, but here it's like a virgin, a virgin. Here we have the, like a typical Minchiate, we have a chimera, sort of knight. So chimera, since looks like he's half sort of lionfish thing. Then we have the queen. And the king. Notice how the cups are sprouting a different... This one's barren, but she's plucked it. It's like a virgin with her cherry plucked. Flower. Some sort of thing. And then just leafy, no flower. So a masculine plant almost. We have coin, dinari. Dinari? 2. Those up at the background. 3, 4. Carte fin al Cigno. Or normally that's on the 2. So that one's on it's reserved for the 4. Yep. The typical flower, tulipy looking. Quatrefoil means 4, so, but there's been some sepals there. We'll say quatrefoil. Quatrefoil. 8, no, 10. The maiden. The chimera lion guy. The queen. The king. Here we have the baton. Put these over here. The hand. Usually it's coming from here, so this feels like a very, very flipped woodcut deck. 2. Oh, look, we've got a wolf, maybe a pelican or an ibis. Oh, and then there's just 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Always the most, a lot going on here. 10. Here's the page. Here's the chimera knight. It looks like another lion, though. Definitely a lion. Queen. King with his legs all spread out. Probably very virile. And then we get to l'épée, the swords. Here we have, we got a, that may be a tax stamp, or it may not be. This is the Cigno, but it looks like some sort of P or some sort of Romulus and Remus, of course. Unicorn with a little squirrel. The cock and the... Is that a lamb? Oh, these are a peacock and a lion, or... I don't think that's a fox. Nice swords. Oh, the hare and little monkey man. Little monkey man. Oh, we got two rabbits. Oh, and they're curved. Okay, so we have the page, which looks more like a knight. Chimera knight, centaur, with a, looks like a scimitar, almost. Queen. King. Now, this deck is a little different because it has an Cigno card. Just both sides are the same. So I will now put this back in its little case, its little box. What I normally do is put the booklet and the numbered cards separate from the regular cards. Even though I'll never read with these decks, I just collect them. There we go. Minchiate al Cigno. I'm probably butchering Minchiate, Minchiate, Minchiate. I don't, who knows. Minchiate sounds, the K, the C, the K. Al Cigno, Cigno, maybe. We'll see. Here's the ISBN in the box. And there we go. Thank you for watching.